Good morning, Sunrisers. I'm Dr. Karen Emerson, and this is Hannah, our kennel technician. And this is Copper. This is a 3-year-old ball python that Mom noticed after feeding. We started having a little respiratory issue. And the way you know if your snake has a respiratory issue, they may open their mouth to breathe. You may even hear a blowing sound that you may think is a hissing sound, but it's not. So she brought him in, and we go in and we actually auscultate the heart, we auscultate the lungs. They actually do very well for physical exams. And then I go in and I take a mouth speculum and I actually open up their mouths, because I like to look in there and see if the mouth's reddened or if they're blowing any type of bubbles, which she did have some foam in the back of her throat. So we went ahead and we swabbed the mouth, we swabbed the area down here, the cranium, and I was looking for bad bacteria. We did, of course, discover gram-negative infections. And I bet you're wondering, well, how do you treat a snake? Well, we can do breathing treatments where we put them in a chamber and actually let them breathe in medications to help open up their lungs. The other thing we do are injections. Her mom ended up having to bring her in for an antibiotic injection that lasts 3 days. We ended up having to do 3 different injections. She did great. Another thing that we were looking at is sometimes when snakes are sick, they don't shed properly. And when their skin doesn't come off of their body easily, it can cause infection, and it can cause what we call retained spectacles over the eyes, and that's when the skin does not shed over the eyeball. And that can lead to them not being able to see properly, and it can also lead to eye infections. So we were also dealing with that at the time. As you can see, she's doing great. The respiratory infections cleared up. I know if you have a snake, you're like, why would I bring my snake to a veterinarian? Well, it's so important every year to bring your snake in for that general checkup. Not only if we can see if they have intestinal parasites, but we can make sure they're healthy. So if you have a snake at home that you do notice is opening their mouth to breathe, or you think they're hissing at you, that's probably not hissing. It's probably an upper respiratory infection. Please make that phone call. I promise your pets will thank you.
WCBI Animal Health with Dr. Emerson was brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point.